Meanwhile, the city is dealing with a carjacking crisis, the number on the rise since last year. And in recent weeks, we're seeing cases where people are actually starting to fight back with fists and guns. Our Jeff Cole is live at police headquarters with more on this. Jeff.
Yeah, there certainly is a trend that people are actually shooting carjackers allegedly as they come up on them. Look, Don, there is no debate that in this city there has been an explosion of carjacking, certainly not just here, but across the country, truly. But at least in the city of Philadelphia, there seems to be some sort of a debate tonight over who is actually doing the carjackings and how those people should be dealt with against this dangerous trend. Circles of chalk mark the stretch of Mount Airy's Cherokee Street where bullets flew in what police say was another attempted carjacking by a teenager against a motorist who shot back.
It's an epidemic in Philadelphia, really all over.
Carjacking.
Carjacking.
By kids.
Yeah, right. Teenagers, barely teenagers.
Investigators say a 60-year-old man licensed to carry a gun fired Thursday night on an armed 16-year-old who tried to carjack him.
He fired multiple shots, and he was confident that he did strike the individual that pulled the gun on him and pointed it to his face.
The teenager was wounded and later arrested. The incident adds to the startling 91 carjackings police say have occurred in the first 2 weeks of the new year, and it's at least the third time motorists have shot their alleged carjackers. Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw appearing this morning on Good Day Philadelphia.
I don't have an issue with people that are legally carrying firearms. These are the folks that know the law. These are the folks that train with their weapons. They know how to properly store them.
But police do have a problem with what they argue is the lenient handling of teenage carjackers in the juvenile court system. A deputy police commissioner says nearly 60 juveniles were arrested for carjacking last year, and a lot of the cases have fallen into the juvenile court.
We need to see these offenders start to stay in adult court and be prosecuted as adults and send the message, and that's going to be really important.
The spokesperson for DA Larry Krasner agrees with the 60 juvenile arrests, but argues fewer than half of the people arrested for carjackings are juveniles, and adds police make so few carjacking arrests. What's clear is carjackings have jumped across the country during the pandemic, leaving communities in fear.
So there was a shootout between this 60-year-old male and one of the two individuals that were committing the carjacking.
That's right, there was actually a shootout in Mount Airy last night around carjacking. The DA's office says it has opened some 125 carjacking cases against adult defendants, they said, in 2021, while the police department argues that it believes these juvenile offenders doing carjackers know that they can hang out in the juvenile court system. At the Roundhouse Police Headquarters, I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Dawn.
All right, just crazy. Thank you, Jeff.